Good morning. Welcome to Column Hinge at Alpha Ωmega Mystery School. We're located halfway between Death Valley and Las Vegas, halfway between Joshua Tree and Area 51 in the Mojave Desert of the Southwest United States.
Good morning, it's June 2nd, 2020. The ancient magic ritual you're about to experience is unique in the world. Written and performed from the first-person perspective of Jesus of Nazareth, this rite is the opening of the Treasury of Light, and it comes from the Bruce Codex, an ancient Christian manuscript rediscovered beneath the sands of Egypt in 1769 that purports to contain the secret teachings of Jesus to his disciples. I'm Bishop and Pastor David Griffin.
I'm Reverend High Priestess Leslie McQuade.
And this is the Lost Magic of Jesus Revival.
The sun is the dispenser of light to the earth. May the living light of the God Force inflame our souls with abundant life.
Our destiny lies amongst the stars, and to the stars humanity shall ascend in bodies of living light.
Take a nice deep breath and feel into your body. Breathe deep, throw your shoulders back, lean back. Really breathe in as much as you can all at once and feel the cascade of sensation as it washes over you. And as you are breathing deeply and feeling deeply into each and every part of yourself, visualize yourself as the tree of life, however it is you imagine that tree to be, and grow your branches up high into Alpha Sky. Drive your roots down deep into Omega Earth. I call on you in the east, Alpha. I call on you in the west, Omega. I call on you in the north, Alpha. I call on you in the south, Omega.
Alpha
Et Omega.
the beginning
And the end.
and the path of the age between, sunrise
And sunset.
and the path of the sun between, birth
And death.
and the path of life between. Alpha.
Omega.
Once again, we gather here in this magnificent place at Column Hinge. And reaching out with the energy of our energetic bodies, we reconnect with the invisible God force field all around us. And reconnecting with this divine life energy and flooding our energetic souls with it, we call upon the angels in the invisible. Watchers of the seventh Treasury of Light, attend. Io Iae. Io Iae. Oe Ai. Oe Ai. E o a e a a. E o a e a. And there are 12 heads in his treasury, and these are the names that are in the places when they sing praises to my Father, and he gives light power to them. Io Nazeo. Io Nazeo. O Nazoei. O Nazoei. Eazeozeia. Eazeozeia. Tonamao. Tonamao. Ibraisa aeia. Ibraisa aeia. Baruch Hazayo. Baruch Hazayo. Ozayoa. Ozayoa. Ethoeozaioi. Ethoeozaioi. Zanazahoza. 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 Fuxaia. Fuxaia. Iae iozoae. Iae iozoae. Aoizea ai. Aoizea ai. And so we completed our journey through the places, having invoked each of the 12 mighty angels, head in its proper place, until at length we came into the place of the midst, the place of the Father, the place of the Treasury, the Father of the Treasury of Light. O Father of the Treasury of Light, by your cipher and by your name we invoke you. Ziza-o. Ziza-o. Let the divine light descend. It is the intention of this ritual, as it is every single day, to establish human freedom worldwide.
Human freedom worldwide!
Set our people free.
Set our people free!
And now I ask something special. Stop the rioting. End it now.
End the riots!
Expose the forces and the people, the conspiracy behind them. Let it all come out for all to see. What's really going on with these riots piggybacking on the demonstrations? Who's behind it? Let their machinations be exposed, these hidden enemies of America. Let them be exposed for all to see who they truly are. Protect Homo sapiens from extinction.
Protect Homo sapiens from extinction.
Protect the integrity of our genetic code.
Protect the integrity of Homo sapiens' genetic code.
Restore the purity of our air.
Restore the purity of our air.
Of our water.
Restore the purity of our water.
Of our food.
Restore the purity of our food.
And our medicines.
Restore the purity of our medicines.
May all those who search for the abundant life promised by the Master Jesus come to discover the ways of the God force and how to flood our souls to overflowing with this living light energy. And then in that hour when death comes calling, may we shed this physical body like a serpent sheds his skin and rise triumphant like the phoenix into the kingdom of light. And now, wherever you may be, whatever your need may be, ask now for a miracle, and it shall be given to you. And I ask now for the miracle that the riots shall be stopped, that the burning fires in America and the wanton destruction of our country shall be brought to an end, and law and order shall be restored. All these things we ask in the name of the Master Jesus of Nazareth. Amen.
Amen. So mote it be. Take a moment now to again feel into your body. This ancient magical rite we are doing together helps bring more God force energy into your life. As you have more of this energy, you have more of the divine spark within you. More divine energy, more divine knowledge. God force energy is simply God itself in a form that we can bring into ourselves. This is what makes humanity so interesting. That we breathe in God force energy and we learn new things about our universe. We breathe in God force energy and have the capacity to think of new things we have never thought of before. As we breathe in God force energy, we remember things that perhaps we have forgotten. You should try that. Breathe in God force energy and think back into your own past. And as you breathe in that God force energy, memories will bubble up, and there will be teachings within these memories if you can handle it. and you will learn new things. You'll realize things about yourself you never knew when you just turn your powerful consciousness towards what happened to you in the past. You can see these things again, see them with fresh eyes, and learn the lesson that perhaps you missed the first time you experienced it. Why do I bring up this idea in God Force today? Because God Force energy helps you see things clearly. It helps you stay in touch with your moral compass, with that part of you that just knows what is right and what is wrong. Why, I even heard someone describe that they knew how to build a masonry wall just after laying a few stones. It seemed that all this deep ancestral knowledge came back, and they knew how to find the right stones to build this mortarless wall. Our ancestors knew for thousands of years that when you breathe into the God Force, you are breathing into the ultimate source of all knowledge in the universe. When you have a question, breathe into the God Force and listen, and you will have an answer. Breathe into God Force energy as you look out into your world and concentrate on truth. And you will be able to see who is lying to you, who is trying to deceive you. When you breathe in God Force energy, you align yourself with that which is right and good and chivalrous in our universe. And as you do this, it becomes more difficult for people to deceive you, more difficult for people to pretend that they are something other than what they are. So today, breathe in God Force energy with each and every breath. Every breath you take, let God Force be on your mind, because in this way, you will know what is right and what is wrong. You will be able to look out into the world with confidence, because you can discern the difference between right and wrong, between truth and lies, between the reality of a thing and the theater of a thing. Remember, not everything is as it appears in this world. But if you have God Force energy pumping through your veins, God Force energy on the tip of your tongue with every breath, today, as you move through your day, you can spot a liar.
Thank you, Leslie, for that inspiring mission. Actually, there's something quite important I want to tell you this morning. I've been trying for the last couple of days, but our stream's been dropping. There have been things happening. We are in the most unusual situation ever here in America. It has become clear to all of us by now that the America we were told we were living in is not the America that we've been living in for a very, very long time. It hasn't mattered whether it was George H.W. Bush who was president, or Bill Clinton in the other party, or back to the Republicans with his son, George W. Bush, or back to the Democrats with Barack Obama. We have had the same shadow government cabal in power now for many, many years. And these people, this deep state, if you will, is anti-American through and through. Back in the days of Bill Clinton, they were transferring American military technology to China and North Korea. George W. Bush continued the transfer of our businesses to China. Folks, this deep state cabal is deeply anti-American and has been for a long time. They're in favor of creating a global governance, a global government, and what's standing in their way is America, our republic. They want to see it destroyed. Luckily, with President Trump, we have for the first time in our lifetimes perhaps a president who's not part of that club. That's why they hate him so much. But that's why we've been able to see the deep state as well. We've been able to see all of the attacks on the president, the Russiagate hoax, the Ukrainegate hoax, the Jesse Smollett hoax, and yes, I'm sad to say also the Virusgate, Panicgate hoax, because they drove the panic over the top and are still trying to do it. Folks, our media are deeply anti-American. They're a part of it. They're in league with the deep state and with China. The virus came out of a deep state China collaboration once again to try and take America down. And as soon as we start to open up and come back, wham, we're hit with these riots. Don't think it came out of the blue. There has been race war propaganda going on television for many years. The fake news media has been fanning these flames. They just turned it on. They used any event they could to turn it on at the flip of a light switch right when America was beginning to reopen in order to further weaken and destroy us. The deep state is in league with China, folks. Our media is in league with the deep state and with China. It's all one big cabal, and they're trying to take down America. And yes, they're also in league with Antifa and MS-13. And now you see the next part of their evil plot unfolding, hijacking these protests and inciting riots all across America. It is time for the deep state to fall. It is time for China to back the hell off out of America. It is time for Americans to see the truth for what it is and reject the deep state for what it is. Now look around. Look at the states that are still on lockdown. Who are those governors? Those same governors are the governors that are refusing to call in the National Guard and to protect their states. How deeply anti-American must they be to try and strangle our economy by forcing us to stay shut down and letting Antifa roam through the streets and burn our cultural monuments. They burned the College Football Hall of Fame in Atlanta, Georgia, folks. They're not just hitting target. They are Marxist, using Marxist cultural warfare, trying to take us down.
They damaged the Lincoln Memorial. They damaged the church that every president goes to. They're damaging our historical landmarks. This is the Marxist cultural revolution come home to America. In the Chinese culture, during their Marxist revolution, they tore down all of their important historical markers. The important thing to do, what Antifa is trying to do right now, is take our history from us.
And we're not going to allow it. We're not going to let them do it. It's not going to happen. We ask the angels of the Lord to protect America and to cast out the deep state traitors, expose them, bring them to justice. It is time for John Brennan to be arrested. It is time for James Comey to be arrested. And it's time for all the deep state traitors, including those mayors and who are trying to keep their cities locked down, and those governors who are trying to keep their states locked down while they let these Antifa terrorists roam the streets and burn our cultural monuments. Enough of this treachery already. God bless and protect America. Thank you so much for coming out, folks. We'll see you again tomorrow. May God bless you. And as always, remember, have faith and expect a miracle.
And until we have the pleasure of each other's company again, may the God force run strong within you. And, as always, may your magics work better than expected.